One YouTube, welcome to another banger reaction video. You see me? Chat, make sure you guys leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. But without any further ado, let's jump into the video.
Simone is all about God, literally. She's still single, over 35. Nobody wants to deal with her, and she's still annoying and corny as F. And she talks about God so much that
SIMONE is over 35, bro. That's crazy.
even people are trying to defend her.
I don't care how much you don't like someone or the things that they've done. I can never be upset at anyone for using the name of the Lord ever. So.
But why are you using it though? Are you using it under good pretenses? Or are you just using it to get views?
I don't know.
But it's because talking about Jesus a lot is okay if you really care about Jesus, like if you're really trying to be a Christian, which we don't really think that is the goal of SIMONE, because SIMONE typically is all about herself. And that goes to her most recent appearance on Earn Your Leisure, talking about a time in her life in which something bad happened.
The very next month, I made $1 million in 30 days. And the month after that.
Have you ever seen people flipping houses and say, man, I wish I could make money like them? They've got dumpsters there. They got contractors.
I made 10.
She made that much money, bro. And she's basically broke now, because I saw her in an interview saying, or she was crying, saying she's broke, she don't got no money. She's living off what do you call those cards that the government basically gives you money on? I'm not sure what the card is, but she was saying that she's broke and she don't have no money. How do you come from making $1 million or millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or having certain contracts with Wild Out, being a comedian, having a podcast, or doing a lot of interviews, to being broke, bro? The kind of lifestyle that y'all trying to live, it's crazy.
$1,000 the very next month.
Why?
Because I was canceled on social media.
Oh, that was the men?
That was in that same time frame, right?
So that's the
I went from $1 million month to a 10,000. What percent drop is that? We are in the red. What the code red? Hello?
From $1 million to $10,000, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, please, we need a new team. What is going? But
SIMONE reveals that her income jumped from having $1 million a month to making almost 10K the next month after social media canceled her. That's crazy work, bro. You can imagine you make $1 million a month, and making that type of money makes you feel like, oh, you're on top of the world, bro. And then you did some dumb shit, or social media just decides, like, guess what? On to the next. Now you're making 10K a month, bro. If I'm making 10K a month, bro, I'm good. But I understand, because you're used to making your $1 million. Now you drop into 10K a month, that cannot fund the type of lifestyle that you got accustomed to.
I said all that to say dollars don't equate money. You know what I mean? You can be
followers don't equate to money.
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you. Followers don't equate money, and you can be here one day, and the consumer is so episodic. One day they're like, "Oh, well,
Invest. This is the perfect example of persons on social media making bread, bro, and feel like social media is gonna be here forever, or you're gonna be on top. I stand corrected. This is the perfect example of persons who make a certain amount of money off social media and think they're always gonna be on top and continue to make those type of money right throughout. In order for you to be like that, bro, you have to stay relevant.
Yesterday, you loved the book. You loved everything
episodic?
I said.
Is that the word of the day?
Yeah, episodic. Up and down.
That's good.
Now, SIMONE said she went from $1 million a month to $10,000 a month after she got canceled. Now, a lot of people think that she got canceled because of what she said about not wanting to date a 9-to-5 guy. with the Nick Cannon interview.
That was crazy too.
She didn't get canceled, really. She just got roasted up a whole lot. But it wasn't that she got canceled because of that. The reality is...
And this goes to prove my point, bro. Because you're making $1 million a month, you're saying that you do not want to date somebody that's making or working a 9 to 5. No, you're not making that $1 million anymore. You're making $10K a month. So you're basically working a fucking 9 to 5, bro.
She got canceled for this.
That's why you started Close Friends, because you felt like you needed
100%.
that safe space.
100%. Close Friends started off as like fun, lit, because I was traveling a lot, and then it was like
motivational and
because I loved it. I loved having this little pocket where I could say a little more, be a little more like how I used to be before I got canceled in 2020. Still triggering.
That is so...
I literally can make a comment on a blog and y'all be like,
plagiarist.
You see, B. Simone had a situation that was literally quite terrible. What B. Simone did is she plagiarized from, people's books and then wrote her own book, then tried to sell the book. And then when it came out that this was not her material, she then had to apologize. And she still isn't taking full accountability for it today. And that's because people like B. Simone, who want to make it seem like they're getting the bag, like they have all this money and they can't date a 9 to 5 guy. Well, it's because you're scamming 24 hours a day. See, B. Simone is still scamming to this day, in my honest opinion. She's just doing it under the guise of Christianity because people have seen her change phases so often. It's hard for her to fool anybody. That's just the reality of it. It's hard for her to fool people. Nobody believes her anymore, and you're still scamming. And this is the thing about a lot of these chicks out here who are just trying to get the bag, who are trying to live this life, but you don't want to do things the right way. I seen the same thing with some of these scammers now. The Stormy Wellington chick, she's the same thing. And then putting down men because you work an honest living and then they don't work an honest living and they are here taking advantage of people. And then what ends up happening is you lose the income anyway because nobody trusts you. Instead of just doing things the right way, being appreciative, actually working hard to create value, you continue to grift, and then you wonder why you can't get into a relationship because you're trying to grift in that too. Everything in life is a grift. It's all about money. It's all about the bag. It's all about what you want. Then people push back on that, and then you have no level of real accountability because you're still stealing, you're still thieving. And then you look at somebody like B. Simone or Stormy Wellington or people like that, and you're like, man, what's wrong with these chicks, man? Like, why don't these chicks ever have anybody? Why don't anybody want to deal with them? It's simply because it's too expensive to deal with them. The reality is that when you're self-centered and you don't really think about the rest of the world and how you can create value for somebody else, you just lose out. And then you become less and less and less important as time goes on. This is the exact same thing that's going to happen to B. Simone. As time...
I gave 20 AIs my memories. I gave them my philosophies.
Time goes on in her life. She's in her mid-30s now. By the time she's 40, she'll be lost out of touch. I mean, she'll be doing something different. She's not going to blow up any more than she already has. You're at 35. You have not created any more value for the industry. I mean, your height was at wilding out with Nick Cannon. Once you went out into the world, you were blowing up. You're talking about being this business owner. Your business was not about doing anything else. I know you guys remember in 2023 when Jackie O died from complications from cosmetic surgery. It was B. Simone who was trying to get people to pay to see her grieve on Close Friends. What? So again, no value added over all of these years. And you see it all the time, especially with some women. And I'm going to talk about this because I was talking to a young lady the other day, and people like B. Simone, I can't really say for her, but she said, listen, I grew up in an environment where a lot of people want something from me, and I have to be defensive, so it has to be all about me because I've been hurt before or I've been used before, and I don't want to be hurt or used like I have been in the past. And so the things that I want to be able to do is to get what I can get out of the situation and not care about nobody else. And that's fine if you live in a world by yourself. But when you live in a world that is full of people, and if you need to get more out of the world, you cannot get more out of the world just thinking about yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, B. Simone tried it. She tried to get more for herself by harming others. And then it has sank her entire career. She tried to get more by harming others. She can't get a man. She can't get any more opportunities. She's not on any shows. She doesn't do anything for anybody. And when we talk about the selfishness of some of these ladies in the industry, nobody talks about that, about how all this bag chasing and we can do it all by ourselves and we got this. And that kind of selfish mindset, number one, you don't even know how some of these ladies are even getting their money. Of course, you have women that work really good jobs, that own legit businesses, but you have very many who may not, and they may be getting to the bag, and they're getting to the bag all about them, and they're cashing out, whether it's IG modeling, whether it's they have an audience they're monetizing, and it works until it doesn't. And then once it doesn't work, and then now your income is lost because you didn't really put in any real work, you don't have the professional relationships, nobody that can vouch for you. You haven't invested into helping anybody else grow. You've only been concerned about getting to the bag. And again, when you're young, you're not thinking about that. You're getting the money. It's about you. It's all about you. And then when you get 35 and you don't have any, like all the people that were in your life, like her best friend, then you fell out with Megan Ashley, your friend. You fell out with all these people. Y'all were best friends for over 20 years, allegedly.
That's crazy.
Then you're done. So then as time moves on and life progresses, you add less and less to the ecosystem. So you get less and less into the ecosystem, and it just looks awful. It just looks terrible. And then now you start getting broke and you don't want to take any accountability. So you're just grifting. Now you're back in the church talking about how good God is. And it's like, I'm just going to be honest. The Christian grift is like the worst one that you can do, because again, nobody really believes that. You just, you have less friends. It just gets worse. And again, I see so many ladies as I'm getting older, they're following the same playbook. Nobody want to put up with you. Even the women don't want to put up with you. The men don't want to put up with you. The industry don't want to put up with you. You don't feel like you need to give anybody anything. So then the whole world just stops revolving around you. And then you're just out of the loop. Period. Goodbye. Good night. Career done.
That's crazy, bro. That's so crazy. The heights where B. Simone was at, I don't think she should have been, or she should be where she's at now because of where she was, bro. You cannot, and this is the thing, bro. You have a certain level of notoriety or popularity or whatever the word is. You see me? And you know calculate it, you know expound upon it, make use of it. And then you're gonna use your influence and do some dumb shit, bro. Talking about you wrote a book when it's not your book. And then you not even can come out and apologize properly. Persons are gonna cut tie with you. And that's just crazy. Chat, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below though. Let me know what you think about her situation, and let me know if you were